Welcome to the MeMyddleton Show Shadowwork series, which is a part of the C4 30-Day Challenge. C4 stands for Content Creators of Color Collective. For each day during the month of February, we will go over a shadow exercise topic to help us take a necessary look at the not so pleasant yet important side of ourselves that we have hidden in the shadows. No intro music because we're getting straight to it. Welcome back to day 15. Topic, siblings. Do you have any of those? Siblings? If you're an only child, you can look at those whom you've embraced as your brothers and sisters. This can also include cousins. So begin thinking about your sisters and brothers and answer these questions. What is your relationship like with them? In what ways do they irritate, provoke, disappoint, or otherwise hurt you? Write your answers down. And when you finish with these, look at what you've just reflected on and see if any lessons are buried beneath them. The answers to these questions, which are there any qualities or traits you might be denying within yourself and projecting onto your siblings? Write it out. What shadows does the behavior of your sisters or brothers provoke within you? Examples like the shadows of self-righteousness or cruelty, jealousy or vengefulness, petulance, toxic comparison, etc. Write your answers down. So here's another question. Do you find it difficult to come up with content ideas for your podcast? Or perhaps you've gotten stuck doing an interview with a guest or you just have nothing to ask anymore. Try Poddecks today. Poddecks is the best all-in-one podcast idea generation tool. You get everything from episode ideas to interesting conversation starters for interviews, engaging discussions for your live streams, and even social media content ideas. With this tool, you don't have to spend weeks trying to come up with content for an episode or unique questions for your guests. Just shuffle the cards and pick one at random. Hit the record button and get started. Now, you can make better content, have more fun while you're at it, and get your viral moment, all with Poddecks. Head over to poddecks.com and use code C4C. So if it was me answering these questions, which it is me answering these questions, what is your relationship like with them? Well, those who have transitioned and those who are still with us in the physical, there's 12 of us. Yep. By my mother, there was 3 of us, 2 of us alive from my father. But by my mother completely, it's the 3 of us. And those are the ones I talk to the most. By my father's second wife, by my stepmother, there's only one sibling who I talk to quite frequently. Now, don't get me wrong. By my father's second wife and my mom, I love all my siblings. By my father's first wife, I don't know them. I guess I love them from afar. I don't know them. I know their names. I think I've seen them a couple of times. That's about it. So I don't know them. But for the ones I do know, but my relationship with the wife, number 2 kids and my mom's kids, it varies. One sister I can't stand. I love her, but I can't stand her. I like her to stay far the hell away from me. And then there's a brother. I love him from afar. Just, I don't know. I don't know if there's some mental problems or what that's like. I don't want that around me. Am I talking bad about him? No, I'm telling the truth, my truth. And the truth is that that might have mental problems. One actually does take medication. The other one, he needs medication. There's this one sister, she the only one up there that got some sense. That's the one who I talk to pretty frequently. And I love them all, I really do. But the one I talk to frequently, she has my utmost respect and love. The ones by my mom, they're okay. I love them. I love them dearly. I go to war for them. Funny part about that, I don't think any of these people would do the same for me. Go to war for me. And for the name of Evina, would they jump up in front and be like, not my sister, you finna mess with my sister? Nah, not one time. I don't think they will. I don't know if it's because of like their character, like they're not built for that kind of life, or they might feel a way about me. I don't know, but I know they wouldn't. But for some reason I would. Why is that a thing? I've slowed down in behavior like that though, jumping up for them, mostly because I know they wouldn't for me. But I know there's still an energy in me that you're not finna say anything sideways about my sisters. You're not finna just hurt my sisters. I don't know how to let that ride. I think I might need some work. But for the most part, I think I'm good at a distance with every last one of them. The one who I'm most closest to is because we was raised together is my youngest sister. But yeah, we good. I think that's answer to number one. Number two, in what ways do they irritate, provoke, disappoint, or otherwise hurt you? Write this down. Okay, from the stepkids, the children from wife number two, the stepkids, I don't want to go into that because there's really no material to go on. But the ones by my mother, there's one sister who, I could really do from a distance. I like to check, hey, you alive still? Y'all okay? All right, take care. That's it. I'm good. I don't feel like going through any more emotional roller coasters. I don't feel like, I know in the past, she, instead of being a grown woman and come to me straight up, and she'll go to our youngest sister and say, hey, link up with Evina for me and tell her, and now I like her phone number, let's build a relationship. And then when I do that, she sabotages it some kind of way, but then points at me like I'm the one messing up, but still go to my youngest sister knowing she's the one that messed up with me. And it's like, I'm not doing the up and down yo-yo effect. And then when something happens to where we need to talk to each other, she never converses with me about whatever the last time's topic was of why we not talking anymore, or upset with each other about that, or why I feel a way about her. She's, grown woman stance. If you're able to be about this shit, talk about your shit, is what I'm saying. But she's not. And I'm fine with that. That's her growth, not mine. I'm good. The youngest sister, I think what's happening is ego done kicked in and operating off of ego. I also think, along with the rest of my family, it's that thing of, and I had this conversation in the clubhouse, where are you that black sheep to where people in the family still remember you from 20, 30, 40 years ago and don't want to let you grow up? They talk at you or about you in ways that, like, disrespectful, or like there's no growth with you, but they ain't seen you in years and don't know what growth has happened with you. So they talk to you and at you as if you're still that person from 10, 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Yeah, that's how my family does me. And my youngest sister still talks at me as if I'm that person from 10 something some odd years ago. And she'll say silly stuff or really strange things, like, I know how sensitive you are. I ain't been sensitive in 20 years. When was I sensitive recently? There's a difference between being sensitive and correcting you. Know that you still being sensitive. I don't know. How can I stand in my square and correct somebody without it looking like it's sensitivity? So no, you're stuck is what that is. I think that's what's happening. Do I still love my sisters? Both of them? Absolutely. But, I think I could live my life from afar from them. They know where I live at. They know how to reach out to me if they need something. And then I'll judge whether if they deserve my needing. Some of those things, how they behave towards me, it's really childish, and it's like, dare I say it, beneath me. It is. What I do love about them, though, when we are able to converse, we're a silly bunch. I know I am. And I love being able to make them laugh. I love laughing with them when they say or do some silly stuff. It's fun. I like the fun. I like the laughter. I like the joy that we have when we're together. I don't like just talking about just ugly things about my sisters, because there are some wonderful things about them. So I think for me, I had to just smooth that out with there are really some wonderful people. They really are. Then it says, when you finish with this, look at what you just reflected on and see if there's lessons are buried beneath them. Yes, they are. So let's go to number 3. Are there any qualities or traits you might be denying within yourself and projecting onto your siblings? Write that out. Qualities or traits that I'm denying myself. And I'm reflecting onto my sisters. My older sister talked too much, just like me. Problem is, I have outlets to talk about mine. Nor am I rude. I'm not going to talk over you. I will give you the space and the time to say what it is that you're saying, because when someone is in the flow and energy is flowing and they're speaking, to interrupt that thought just because your ego kicked in, oh, listen to me, I just want to interrupt you because you had said a trigger word and I just have to say something, that's rude and disrespectful to the spirit and energy that was speaking. And, now they feel like you're not listening to them because it's all about you all of a sudden. That's how my older sister talks. And then she also talks like she's teaching you something, assuming you don't know whatever it is that she's speaking about. And you might not know. There might be some subjects I might not know. It's interesting to hear about it. Some stuff is like I could care less. Other stuff is like, who the fuck you think you're talking to? Some little child? Why would you think I didn't know that? Did you even give me the opportunity to express to you? Yeah, I know that. But no, you just got to keep talking because you need some attention. I suggest you join Toastmasters. I don't want to talk about this woman in Toastmasters because it's going to get me upset. I think that might be it. Yeah. Number 4. What shadow does the behavior of your sisters and brothers provoke within? Self-righteousness. Yeah, especially the younger sister, the self-righteousness. Like, whoa, where'd that come from? So, okay, do that with somebody else. Don't do that over here. I'm good for all of that personally. Not cruelty. My sisters aren't cruel. No, we don't play those games. They're not cruel. They are really good women. No, not jealousy. There's no vengefulness. Toxic comparison. No, I don't see that. Probably a lot of self-righteousness. I think because we were all put in shadows by our elders, we want to be in this light. And we want to show ourselves as upstanding, and we have grown, and we just want to show to the world, look at us, look at us, look at us. Some of us have higher levels or lower levels than the others. But that subject, self-righteousness period, is there. And it might be within the 3 of us on various levels. Might be. So now y'all just heard a little bit about me and my siblings. Some of the other ones, my older sister, who is my stepsister. I think with her, I think that having an outlet to be able to have somebody to speak to who's an outside person, but still someone whom you love and adore, is something she's looking for. And someone she has in me. Just that I don't talk to her much because there's a lot of negative dumping that she does. And I think that's something I don't like about her. But with everything that she has been through, she yearns for that outlet. I encourage her to find healing. And she's a wonderful person in that. And a nurse. She's a healer herself. She has helped people in her community by the thousands, by the tens of thousands, for the decades she's been in her industry. So I bow down to that, to her works that she's done in her community. I also bow down to the works of my other two sisters that I was just speaking about and the works that they've done for their community, especially my youngest sister who serves our nation in the military. So my hat's off, and the biggest heart for her for what she's doing for our nation, for our country. And the other sister, what she's done, for her community, because she's a huge advocate for community development with the people and the children, and some of the different things that she's an advocate for, hands down to her as well. Actually, hands up for them, praise and lifting these sisters up. Everybody else, meh. So what about you? What about your siblings, or those who you embrace as your siblings? Are you ready to write out these things and talk about these things and reflect on these things? Are you sure? Honestly, I wasn't sure when I started talking about mine, but there it went. So how about you? You sure? Are you sure you're sure? Okay, let go. Was it that fun? Did you learn anything? Did this episode stir up any questions, comments, or concerns? Send them over to MeMyddleton@gmail.com or leave a message on our website at www.helpbyevina.com, and I'll be more than happy to respond. Check out our bonus content by becoming a patron. There are 4 different patron tiers to choose from. This is to help upgrade our equipment. So, don't miss out on exclusive episodes and wonderful rewards for your patronage. If you're on Spotify, Podbean, Google Podcasts, Amazon, or any other favorite podcasting platform, make sure you like The MeMyddleton Show and leave a comment. Tell us how much you love the show, what you don't like about it, how we can improve, and how we can be challenged. If you're listening to The MeMyddleton Show on YouTube, make sure you comment, like, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell to be the first to get the newest episode. And remember, proper prior planning perfectly promotes persistent productivity and proud, pristine performances. Now, get out there and perform. Until next time.